Already hit it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Squared Circle Maniacs. And just like Mark Calloway's wife, you want to see more and more of us. My name is Johnny Bottles. To the left of me is Dr. Don Wayne at Stately Wayne Manor, hunkered away in the room of the repaired TVs. He's got multiple TVs now. Dr. Don Wayne, the neckbeard psychologist. You know him, you love her from Twitter. Anybody want a 75-inch TV? It's just got a whole bunch of circuitry replaced. A fine Dominican gentleman came to his house, tried to shake down his wife for more money, and repaired that TV.
I don't even want the damn thing now because we had to get a new one. So whatever, man. I don't know what to do with it. It's going to sit here for now. It will be out of the Magic Window season next week. I can guarantee you that much, if nothing else.
The wrestling god struck Don's house a few weeks ago with a lightning bolt because of all his hatred for AEW. And look what happened. It blew out the TV. It blew out the garage door, the garage refrigerator. It blew out his colon. Everything just exploded.
It's all gone.
All gone.
You know what it didn't do? It should have found that son of a bitch that had 4 people tied in his basement. That's what it should have found.
That the sicko?
Yeah. I wonder what that guy was doing with all those people. I don't think I want to know, to be quite honest.
He was making him watch Collision.
That's what it was.
That's the torture. Yes, they were tied to a chair with their eyes pried open like in Clockwork Orange with the wire, made to watch Collision every week, every time it's on.
That is a scary story, though, man. I don't give a shit what he's a wrestling fan of. That's scary, dude. To know that guy had 4 poor people down there he was sexually abusing. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yes, man. Yes. Well, you really don't know your neighbors. You really don't know the people you bump into at the supermarket. If you go into the Wawa every morning to pick up a cup of coffee and a sandwich to take to work with you, you see Sheila there or Earl at the register. You don't know whether Earl's got, a dead hitchhiker in the trunk of his car. You don't know.
That's true.
You don't know. You don't know.
Ottos, we've had a lot happen this past week in the wrestling world.
And something big happened in the wrestling world. Something big happened in the wrestling world. We're on Spotify.
Oh, yes, we are now.
Yes, audio only. We are on Spotify. So check us out, the Squared Circle Maniacs, for the audio version of the podcast. When you see this podcast now, soon, maybe an hour or two after this is over, the audio version will be on Spotify, if I get around to it. But surely it will be there by noon tomorrow.
If you're finding us on Spotify, we are also on YouTube under the Squared Circle Maniacs. You like what you hear, like us, give us a subscribe. Come on back in here. We're here Thursdays at 7 o'clock. We try to do this every week to give you a rundown of all things pro wrestling, both good, bad, and ugly, just like a Clint Eastwood movie.
And I'm feeling run down, so let's roll.
Well, see, this is sort of where I'm glad that's a good segue, Bottles, because Wrestlepalooza happened this week, and it was a real big damn deal. It was a
ring-dang-do.
I mean, it's a big deal because they're debuting on a major network that's ESPN. It's a debut show, and they treat it as such. They let all the pyro go. They had introductions. They had a great opening segment. I was highly sports entertained with this show when it first started. I'm going to leave it right there. And I understand if some people don't like the pomp and circumstance. I get that too, believe me. But as I'm watching the show and what happened after the fact, there's something that's occurred to me that I wanted to share on the show tonight. The old days ain't coming back. Ric Flair's not walking through that curtain. Hulk Hogan's not dropping a leg, and The Undertaker's not going to tombstone you or kick out at the 3 count and have a 10-star banger of a match. Those days are gone. The cussing, the TNA that we used to see so prevalent on the television, it's all gone. It's all gone. And if you're watching wrestling for that now, you're never going to see it again. Okay, you're just not.
You'll see a lot of TNA in
NXT. You might see a little. You might see
NXT is they're it's not a big problem to have. They're lousy with good-looking women down in NXT. So much so they cut one this week, or she cut herself. She declined to take the contractual offer. I'll talk about that in the news when we get to it.
She's a nobody. She's
nobody. But we'll go into that later.
But I understand, and there's a certain nostalgia for the 80s and 90s, and I get that.
Mhm.
I lived through it. I thought it was the best era of wrestling I've ever seen. But I'm not going to pretend like 1990 through like 1994 wasn't a complete dumpster fire either of ass. That era right there, right in the middle, was just god-awful. There was no escaping it. And after seeing some New Japan Pro Wrestling tapes, I get why that caught on with the hardcore community like it did. I get it. It was a definite different style. It hit a lot harder. It looked a lot realer. There was no plumbers out there, right? So this
No plumbers. But you know how it got big? You know how it got really big in the States? When WCW started having those joint super shows over there. That match with the Steiner brothers in their heyday against, I think it was Hiroshi Hase, and I don't know who the other dude was. I forgot his name right now. His name escapes me. It looks like an eye chart. But it just a tremendous match over there. Tremendous match. Right. I saw it live on pay-per-view, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And Vader came over from New Japan and All Japan. Yeah.
Made himself famous there. He was in AWA before then as the baby something or other. I can't remember what it was. I'm listening to his book right now. By the way, not a great book. I wouldn't recommend it at all.
No.
I'm sort of trudging through it. But I say all that to say this. I don't engulf every wrestling show that comes on television with a fine-tooth comb. Mm-hmm. I don't even watch every wrestling show. If there's something interesting I wanted to see, I'll check it out. I still haven't watched Raw this week. I might not watch Raw this week. Football's back. I got a lot of shit going on. It was busy at work this week, right? So when I watch a PLE or something, that's when I'm dedicating my time to that moment. I'm going to, that's it, Bob Baby Bull. Thank you. I unplug from it and I just take a minute and I enjoy it with my family. That's all I'm doing. Too many people go into these PLEs expecting the whole damn building to explode, expecting 15-star matches at every turn. If they don't get what they want, Bottles, and I saw this a lot, if fans don't get what they want, the IWC, they bitch and complain to no end.
And these guys have no idea that the live crowd is a barometer for what they're seeing on screen. If the live crowd's not popping to what's going on in the ring, that just goes to show you, it should tell management, the people backstage in the gorilla position, okay, this match has not got it going on at all. Let's tell them to go home early. Or this guy just doesn't have, he's trying to cut a promo, he's got a mouthful of shit. It's not working.
Get him out of the ring.
However, Vince used to send somebody else out. Vince used to send somebody else out to go out there and rescue him. God damn it. Go ahead.
This opening match with Brock Lesnar and John Cena, 5 stars. I loved everything about this match. There was nothing I would have changed about this match. Brock Lesnar looks bigger than ever. He was jacked to the gills coming out there.
Yes. You see how red his face was after those 19 freaking F5s. You're the guy said last week that John Cena needed to win that match.
I thought he did. I really did think he needed to win that match to keep this going. Like I said, I'm fine being wrong. I'm not going to be the guy that's like, oh, that's bullshit. I was more entertained by him losing this match, as it turns out.
Right. Do you know who they're grooming for Lesnar?
Is it Braun Breaker?
Braun Breaker and Gunther.
That makes sense.
When Gunther comes back, he's going to be a babyface going up against Brock Lesnar. Can you believe that bullshit? I'd love to see that at the Royal Rumble or Survivor Series, depending upon what's going on.
I'd like to see it at WrestleMania.
His schnoz. That would have been a great match at WrestleMania, too. They wanted to do that this last WrestleMania, but Brock was indisposed.
And if you didn't like the match, that's fine. You don't have to like the match. But I'm going to say this again. It was shock and awe. I felt like I was watching the first time Brock got his hands on Lesnar and just kicked the shit out of him. Now, don't get me wrong. John Cena got in some offense. It's not like he was just dead in the middle of the ring the whole time. He got in his finisher a couple of times. But this is when you have a guy like Brock, right? When you have that monster sitting there, you have to utilize that guy, man.
Dude, he's so unpredictable. You never know what you're going to get when Brock comes out. You have no idea what he's going to do. He's like if a pit bull walks through your front door into your living room and you don't know this dog at all. You don't know what that dog's going to do. Come over and nuzzle against your leg and be nice and polite. Want a treat, want a little ear rub, or it's going to rip your face off. It's going to bite your kneecaps off, like Dusty Rhodes used to say. Maddie with the $4.99. Guys, read here about TNA's Masha Slamovich and her legal troubles. Poor Akira. And here I had no idea her and Tozawa were even. It's not that Akira, you ass. Not that Akira. It's a different Akira. Deathmatch to Akira. He's a deathmatch goof. And apparently he lost a death match with Masha Slamovich because she wrapped a frying pan around his head in real life.
I read about that online.
Yes,
so,
I've got the text messages. We could go over them later on if you want to.
I don't know with a fine-tooth comb, just hit the highlights because I saw it and it was, ooh, dude, that bitch is crazy.
She was breaking the whole apartment up, throwing all her shit all around the house, and her glasses were starting to come off her face. He reached over to pull her glasses off her face so they wouldn't get broken because she needs them to see and to drive and all that. She punched him right in the face, gave him a black eye.
That'll teach
Good for her. Masha Slamovich. Don't mess with her when she's on her period. I heard she killed 2 schoolboys.
Don't mess with her ever. Like, I read the text, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yes, yes.
So Brock Lesnar wiped the floor with John Cena.
Didn't
see it coming. I was entertained. I thought it was great. I enjoyed everything about this. I wouldn't change a thing. That's just my opinion. What'd you think?
This is what I expected because he signed a contract. Cena's leaving. And he signed a new 3-year contract with the company, Lesnar did, when he came back recently. And you had to expect this was going to happen. And you don't know, when he wrestled Cody Rhodes, and it was in a blood feud with Cody Rhodes for a few weeks, and at the very end of the whole thing, he walked over, shook Cody's hand, and gave him a hug. Pat him on the back, said he's a good kid. Who knows what Brock Lesnar's going to do? He's going to do whatever he wants to do. He's going to do whatever he wants to do.
He might throw a damn title at you if you own the damn company.
Asshole. Yes.
Thank you very much, Matty. We appreciate it, brother. Super chat's open. You got something to say? The vision.
My man, hang on a second. My man, Matty. If you ever see the name Matza Balls on Twitter, commenting on the IWC shenanigans, Matza Balls is Matty. He's hilarious, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there to you. Don't get a swelled head, you prick.
He is funny.
He is funny.
The Vision picks up a win over the Usos. Jey Uso's a problem, and I'm going to say that clearly. Jey Uso's a problem.
Besides being awful?
Didn't he almost knock himself out with a chair again?
Yes, he wrestled that match on Raw with stitches this long right here. And he was in concussion protocol. Apparently he's okay. Samoans have hard heads, Don. You know that.
This was... From what I read, they told them to go home early on this match. I don't know if it was because they were short on time or
because
it was
he was
just
bleeding like a stuck pig. He was bleeding like a stuck pig. They saw how rocked he was from hitting himself in the face. He hit Braun Breaker. He hit Braun Breaker, was bent over with a steel chair. And the steel chair bounced off of Braun Breaker and hit Jey Uso back in the face and split his head open right up here, but it was just gushing. And you didn't know exactly where he was split. Meltzer and Alvarez said he was split from here to here, straight on down.
Isn't this the second time he's done this to himself? He hit somebody with a chair and it ricocheted back in his face?
I think he hit the ropes one time, missing somebody. He hit the ropes and it bounced off and hit him in the face. It's it's an occupational hazard, Don. It's an occupational hazard. I remember one time when he went to spit in his hand to punch somebody, he actually caught his gum and he couldn't open his fingers.
Look, oh boy, I'm not a big Jey Uso fan, but if he gets a chair, get the hell away from Jey because you're in as much danger as he is. And if you're standing next to him, you're not safe.
Jey Uso with a chair is like Darby Allin with a flamethrower. You're just not safe. Or Moxley with a fork. Get out of town.
He's gonna fork your ear up. Good.
You're gonna get forked hard.
Stephanie McCurr, Io Sky had a great match.
Dude,
I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this, man. I enjoyed the hell out of this. Stephanie McCoy is a star. That's all I'm going to say. They have pushed her to the moon, and they should have. She has everything you want. She's got the look. She's a superstar, man. Yep. So everybody bitching about Rhea Ripley. Here's another star. Here you go.
Wait till
don't be bitching to me in 3 months.
Wait till she gets more fluent in the English language. Wait till she gets more fluent and those promos come out a little bit better.
Right.
She's going to be unstoppable.
I loved everything about this.
She's going to be teaching Io Sky how to speak English.
Well, that's never going to work out, I don't think.
It's never going to work out.
Because I I know one girl that's never going to learn. That's Asuka. She has said, no. We're doing campy Japanese yelling shit. The rest of my career, I have no interest in learning your language. Pay me.
So good. It's so good.
She sounds.
Nobody ready for Asuka.
She sounds
like
she's coming out of Street Fighter 2. You can. Every time.
Why did she make that movie? Why did she make that Street Fighter movie with Cody and all those guys? Who she would have been a shoo-in for that shit.
Yeah,
it would have been perfect. The clown makeup, the psychotic clown makeup, and dude, she spit. You didn't see Raw.
I saw that highlight.
The main event was not Io Sky. The main event was
Rhea Ripley
versus Asuka, and she got Kairi Sane involved to beat up Rhea Ripley, and then Io Sky ran out to try to save everything, stop everything, and Ripley tried to separate them both. Asuka must have had 2 balloons.
She had to have some in her pocket for as much as what came out of her mouth.
What they do is they take food coloring, a little bit of water, and put it in a condom or a balloon. And the referee would slip it to, or like whoever is outside the ring, like Kairi saying, would slip it to Asuka or Muta or the Great Kabuki, whoever's doing the mist gimmick. And they pop it in her mouth. They go like this, they pop it in her mouth, and they would shoot that shit out. And it would mix with their saliva and the water and all that, and they'd spit it out.
Right.
Ashton Chevalier talking about something we're not even talking about right now. For the Canadian $5, thank you, Ashton. Kenny Omega doing his part for IWC Tribalism this week with his Asian schoolgirl fixation and his undying love for Tony Yayo. Yes, he got his girl Riho, who he wrestled when she was what, 11 years old?
I think she was like 8.
8 years old, 9 years old. He wrestled her in a New Japan ring.
And this all came from Gail Kim's comment. He was trying to say Gail Kim gets gift baskets or some bullshit from WWE. She quit WWE because she didn't like their direction. She was there for a cup of soup and was gone. What is this guy's problem, man? Sometimes I think Kenny Omega's a good guy, and then all of a sudden he pops off at the mouth talking some nonsensical bullshit like he's ever stepped foot in a WWE ring for more than the other cup of soup that they gave out that day.
When you haven't wrestled a man in thongs and shoved your hands in a praying
right up there
in his gluteal cleft,
the praying mantis.
If you haven't done that lately, you've got no room to say anything at all about what goes. Gail Kim commented on a couple posts on Twitter this week. She turned on Twitter just to see for shits and giggles what was going on in the IWC. She commented on the guys on the ladder, on the turnbuckle, falling off the platform or whatever it was through like 3 sheets of glass. Have you seen that video?
Yeah.
Yes. And she commented on that and said, where's the storytelling in this shit? This is just garbage. And everybody shell over for that. And then she said something about, I believe, Riho this week. It was a realistic match between her and Mercedes Moné. And everybody's shitting on her. Oh, yeah, you got the gift basket from TKO. She shits all over TKO.
Yes.
Denisha Lane with $5. Thank you, Denisha. Hey, Donna Bottles, how are my favorite men doing today? Sickos really need to leave the legend Gail Kim alone. Gail Kim is a legend in professional wrestling. She really is. Io and Asuka storyline's really good. That's ramping up, Denisha. You're exactly right. I'll say this about Raw, Don, and you haven't watched it yet. Raw did a course correction this week. Normally it was boring as shit for the past 2 months. It's outside the CM Punk, AJ Lee, Becky, and Seth thing. It is ramped up now. I guess they got tired of all the flack from all the pundits out there in the IWC. And what they've done is we're setting all these wheels in motion right now for all these different things.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll
shit.
Look, tomorrow I'll probably have it running in the background at work. We'll see what happens. I'll watch it then. But again, just to go back to what you're talking about with these dipshits falling through 3 sheets of glass. What is that even supposed to be, man? Like, what is that even supposed to be? How do you start a match when the entire interior of the ring is covered in 3 sheets of glass on the way to a barbed wire padding that's above the ring? That's not a wrestling match at that point in time. It's a fucking stunt show. That's all it is.
it's a stunt show, and there's too many stuntmen now in professional wrestling. These are the children of Mick Foley. They are. They're the children of Mick Foley. And all that shit him and Funk used to do and all that bullshit. They grew up in the Attitude Era and saw all that bullshit in the early 90s and the Attitude Era. And now when they became professional wrestlers, I want to do that too, they all say to themselves. I want to do that too. It's no more than Foley when he was a kid in high school jumping off the roof of his house on the mattresses.
Well, hold on. Can I finish your thought there?
Go ahead.
These aren't professional wrestlers. Number one, I want to make that very clear.
They're indie outlaw assholes.
These are people that live on this earth because of unplanned sex. That's exactly what they are. These people were not planned to walk on God's green earth, and they showed up one day like, you know what we should do? Let's have a barbed wire glass match. Start outside the ring. Don't even have it in the match. It's just dumb. The whole thing was stupid. I don't want to get too deep into it. I do want to get back to what you get about with Raw.
This is what you get when cousins marry. Go ahead.
To get back to the
Wrestlepalooza we were talking about.
Wrestlepalooza. AJ Lee's first match back in 10 years against Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. I didn't hate this match. I thought it was good. They built up the tag to AJ Lee, which is what they were supposed to do. Build the tag. When she came in, it was great. And yes,
Punk was the Ricky Morton, and she was the Robert Gibson.
Yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it.
Skill. And this is foreshadowing that she's going to take that belt off of Becky Lynch.
Yes. I like that.
And all these girls want to work, even the ones at NXT, they all want to come up to the main roster to work with AJ Lee because she was their inspiration for becoming professional wrestlers. That's what they've said.
Cody Rhodes beat Drew McIntyre. This was one of the shorter matches that I've ever seen with those two, and that concludes Wrestlepalooza. But again,
didn't care for it.
That's fine. You didn't have to. I enjoyed it, but I want to make sure this is very clear.
Okay.
Not every match has to be a half an hour blood feud, man. Sometimes it's okay to have a 12-minute match to get your point across. That's all I'm saying. Because last night watching that shit show that was AEW, every fucking match seemed like it drug through 3 segments of the show.
Buddy, it was like watching a rerun of AEW Dynamite from last month. That's what it was like. It was like a rerun. I'm looking at this. I said, is this a new episode? This is live, right?
I've seen this before.
I've seen all this before. And I've been saying that for the last month. I like the talent that's in AEW. Or there's certain talent that's in there. I like Mark Briscoe. I don't like to see him every week and doing these garbage matches and being a jobber. I like MJF. Great talent there. I even like Hangman Page now. I like Hangman Page. I don't like his promos, but I like his wrestling. I do enjoy that. But he wrestles for the matches are too long, and the champion of the federation or the company, for lack of a better word, the champion shouldn't be wrestling on TV every week. Who are you banning from the chat now? What are you doing?
No, I'm looking. I'm doing research here. I'm listening to you. Warrior JWR
$4.99. Did you guys hear about the Reddit thread with the couple going all out and asked to be moved from floor seats because someone stumped real bad?
I was going to talk about this.
Section smelled like ass, and they took obstructed seats up in the boondocks, up top, just to get away from the stench, which is a smart move because it probably floats down to the ground. These.
Inbred, Humperdinck looking sons of bitches don't know. I feel like that old Austin promo when he cut it on CM Punk and we thought we were going to get that match all those years ago. You see what this here? This is called soap. You rub it onto your arms and in your nuts and get that stank off your funky ass. This here is called a toothbrush. You know what you do? You put toothpaste on it and you rub them little sons of bitches them digits in your mouth to clean them out so your breath don't still real bad. See this? This is called a brush. I ain't got no fucking hair, but you got hair. You comb it over so you don't just look like you stepped out of bed. That's one of my favorite promos. One of my favorite ones. And we never got to see that match.
I used to have that on here somewhere. I think I deleted it.
Anyway, I just wanted to say I did see that story. Thank you, Warrior JWR, for the 5 spot. Since we're here, we talked about that real quick. The only thing that came out of, there were 2 things that came out of All Out, or whatever the hell that show was. All Out, right?
Yes.
2 things.
Yes.
Only one title changed hands. Tony Storm's leaving for a while. I don't know why, but she dropped the belt to Kurt Chris Statlander.
Chris Statlander. Yeah, well, they had to freshen it up. So they gave it to Statlander as a participation trophy, and I'm sure she's going to lose it to Mercedes Moné. Tony probably said, I'm not losing that belt to Moné. F her. I don't think she's leaving. I think she's just taking a break. But
the Hurt Business, I think, are clearly on their way out the door because they did another job for Ping Pong and his group. And finally, Copeland came back because his wife got beat up in the ring and told Christian, I have to get out of here. Every time I come back, my family's put in danger. And Christian Cage goes, yeah, you should go. I don't have a family anymore. And all I could think was, oh, the cringe factor on that was so next level bad.
Do you know that I was on Facebook today, and there's wrestling accounts on Facebook. People just post a fantastic bullshit on Facebook. They said, here's a breakdown of Jay Rezzo, which is Christian's real name, and his travels through professional wrestling. They said he was married to Trish Stratus from 2000 to 2003. What?
Excuse me?
They said he married some other chick from 2004 to present day. He's divorced from that woman. He is divorced from the wife that he used to have. And they said he's worth $3 million. He's probably worth a lot more than that now being signed to AEW.
Man. He might be worth like 5 to 8, I'd say.
Could be. Outrageous.
But if his bills are paid off, then that's great.
Yeah, exactly. And he's got property in Canada that he's a real estate magnate, they said, which I can believe because Sting was, and a lot of these guys are. He owns property in Canada and property in Florida to facilitate, his comings and goings through the wrestling community. And Christian is he's doing the work of his career on these promos and these angles in AEW, even though it doesn't seem like it. He is doing a great job. People have said, Adam Copeland's contract is up end of October, blah, blah. Have you seen that?
Yeah, that's bullshit. So here's the thing. Adam Copeland, that's bullshit, by the way.
Right, I know it is.
Adam Copeland's leaving to shoot the last season of Percy Jackson on Disney right now. That's why he's leaving. They decided to go ahead and film the last season now. He's got to get out to the studio. He's going to film that, and then he's going to come back in probably like 3 or 4 months.
With a better wig.
With a much better hairpiece, because you hate that hairpiece. You're convinced he has one.
It's a coonskin cap, pal. Beth Phoenix took a stuffed pile driver from FTR at this show. So did Christian. Adam Copeland took every finisher known to mankind from FTR and kicked out of every goddamn thing on this show. You name it. The camel clutch he could have kicked out of. The what's that thing called? The FU that Cena does? The F5, the F6, the F me. He could have kicked out of all that shit, which he
Rochambeau's not stopping me.
The Rochambeau's not stopping me. I'm getting back up. And he kicked out of every goddamn thing. He couldn't kick out of a pair of handcuffs, though. They handcuffed him to they handcuffed him to the bottom rope in this thing, the opening match of this show. And this was a spectacle. It was a sports entertainment spectacle, except for the fact that he's not doing any jobs, folks. He's not getting pinned. Adam Copeland's not getting pinned. And he's a dick about this. And he should have gotten pinned. I don't know what. I have no idea why he didn't. I don't know. I don't know why whoever he's tagging with, the onus is on them to get pinned. This is just effing bullshit.
So that was all out. I'm not going to cover it anymore. That's what happened. By the way, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. This is your first time. Hit the like button. Get that algorithm up. We got the super chat open. We're glad you all could join us. We're on Spotify now. I can't wait. I'm stoked about this. I'm also stoked about the AJ Styles news.
I'm stoked about Stokely Hathaway. But anyway, I want to say one more thing about All Out.
Let's move past it.
I watched the pre-show. The pre-show was not on YouTube. It was on TNT. It was Collision. Collision. The AEW Collision
did like 180 in viewership.
180,000, 183,000 in viewership. No one watched that shit. And Meltzer's worried about the pay-per-view numbers for All Out being lower than that.
Yeah, they're going to be lower than that. Way lower than that. You don't compete with college football and college football's primetime slot of 3:30. You don't do it. Maddie with the 5 spot.
Cope's hair looks like something you kill and bring to the trapper in Red Dead Redemption 2 to craft. Yes, it does.
I need this to be a satchel. It used to be Adam Copeland's hair.
It used to be a satchel. Oh my God! Take Athena's hair too. We used to call her Satchel Ass. Speaking of which, Athena, the rumor is Athena.
She's the one going back to WWE.
She's going back to WWE. That's the one who was a champion. They said champion was going back to WWE, and that's the one
her.
because she's disappeared from AEW programming. But anyway, the Collision episode that they taught that remember we thought the 3-hour Dynamite, the last hour was Collision. It was not Collision. The Collision was actually on before All Out. And they billboarded the 8-man women's tag, the tailgate brawl. Remember that? The tailgate brawl.
That nobody watched.
That no one watched.
We're moving on now. We're moving on. We're moving on.
It was horrendous.
We're moving on.
Horrendous.
We're moving on.
Weber Grills were involved in this.
We are moving on. AJ Styles has officially announced he is, in fact, going to retire. So all the neckbeards that have been secretly worshiping him, oh, God, if he ever comes to AEW, it's going to be so great. We just need to get him to AEW. We need to save him. He doesn't know how good he's going to have it.
We don't watch the Fed. We hate the Fed, but we know how good AJ Styles is because somehow we watch his matches.
AJ Styles has repeatedly said he is going to retire before he is 50 or 48 years old, somewhere in there.
50.
This is what he said. I will probably appear at WrestleMania next year, but it's not confirmed yet. The details are still undecided, but I will definitely retire within the next year. He's walking away. Good for him. I'm tired of hearing these neckbeard weirdos just cry. We gotta have AJ in it. No, you are the small school of wrestling. No one gives a shit about your program, and you're not getting a major star at the end of his career after he's made a good living and he's fulfilled.
Literally, no one gives a shit about that program.
No one.
Adam Copeland walked out. He walked into your program and looked to the right side of the stage and said, "Where the hell is everybody?
What the hell is this?
What is going on here? There's black sheets up everywhere. What the fuck?" AJ Styles is going to wrestle John Cena at the Crown Jewel in Australia. What, next month?
Yeah, that's what they announced.
Cena versus AJ Styles. Cena's picking his opponents. That's who he wants to wrestle. I love to see who he's going to wrestle the very last month in December.
It's got to be Randy Orton. It has to be.
Randy Orton's camp has been very, very quiet. People can't understand why Randy Orton's not been on TV at any of these big pay-per-views and all that. And his wife even said on social media, "Yeah, you're right." Meaning he's not being used. Yes. But AJ Styles, I wouldn't be surprised if he does his last WrestleMania and that year he's in the Hall of Fame.
Which brings us to the meat of the matter.
What's the meat of the matter?
Sean Ross Sapp said earlier this week that AEW, folks, this is important. I want you to pay attention because it's getting buried. It's getting buried and not talked about by anybody.
Do you know why?
The IWC because it's bad.
Steve Carrier, you sent me the link for this. It was on Ringside News. Steve Carrier, the guy who runs Ringside News, is a wild man, but he hits on all the buttons sometimes. On Fightful, on their podcasts, they did a Q&A. People were sending questions into Sean Ross Sapp about,
is AEW still under contract as the lone distributor, or is HBO Max still the lone distributor? Warner Brothers, Discovery, still the lone subsidiary distributor for AEW? And he said, no, not anymore. They are free to shop their wares elsewhere. We have been talking about this for months now. Paramount just signed with TKO on a big deal. Paramount is looking to purchase the part of Warner Brothers Discovery that has AEW on their shows while they jettison all the losses to the other side of the house. Tony Khan is not, I want to make sure this is very clear. Tony Khan is not shopping a third show or a streaming service show. Tony Khan is shopping Dynamite and Collision and trying to save his ass because no one's going to buy a show that's drawing 300,000 people on a Saturday night. And they're damn sure not going to get a show that's drawing 630,000 people and a primetime slot in that demo on a Wednesday. It's not happening. The news outdraws them by 3 times what they get.
Collision just did 185,000 on Saturday. Yeah. Nobody's going to go and want that. Nobody's going to want that. Oh, but it was Saturday afternoon at 2:00. Bullshit. Everyone who knew the pay-per-view was coming knew this show was going to be on before it. And you would watch that first. So all the fans, everybody who was an AEW fan would either record it or watch it live.
Right.
And hardly anybody did.
But again, I come back to this. He's shopping these shows. He's trying to find a home for his primary audience in his shows because they're not going to be on cable. But I can almost guarantee that.
Don, what they could do is shop a third show, a different name, and then listen to what I'm saying. When they get jettisoned off of Warner Brothers Discovery because of the new owners, they can move everything over to that brand, that new show with a new title. AEW TNT, AEW Explosion. AEW Bomb Threat, whatever you want to call it. Something ridiculous. AEW War Crowd Stink. That will be the name of the show.
I am 100% convinced that he sees the fallout coming. He knows he doesn't have a home.
He knows he does.
He is looking to land on his feet with his 2 primary shows and have a streaming service dedicated to it. We talked about this about WWE. I think WWE probably regrets that they didn't take SmackDown to Amazon now that they're seeing the numbers and the interactions and the social media posts because cable is dying. Pay-per-view has been dead. It took UFC way too long to figure that shit out. That's all I'm saying.
Cable TV is pricing themselves out of business because all these networks are upping their rights fees for the cable companies. Xfinity sucks. They're too expensive. That's because all these networks want more and more money because they're losing viewers. They're losing the ad revenue because they have less viewers and they can't charge these exorbitant prices for the advertising. So they want to get it from the cable companies. They're trying to extort the cable companies. That's why cable TV is so expensive.
This is also what shocked me on because I put the post out about this shit this week on Twitter. You would have thought that I told somebody that their mother was found in a whorehouse. They were so outraged. This isn't my story. This isn't Don Wayne saying this shit is going down. This was Sean Ross Sapp, the flag bearer for AEW, saying, no, they are no longer a lone subsidiary for this show. Tony Khan is shopping his product anywhere he can because here's what's going to happen.
You're wrong about one thing. You're wrong about one thing, Don.
What?
You're wrong about one thing. Okay, Sean Ross Sapp is not the flag bearer for AEW.
Well, that's Dave Meltzer. He's the White Knight.
He's right there. He's working on a new edition. He's working on the new edition of the Observer. Hey, Dave. He's got his earbuds in.
Again, he's shopping this show because they've already told him, hey, look, if this deal goes through, we're probably just going to move you over to HBO Max and stream you exclusively, but we're definitely taking you off cable.
They released the Superman.
Oh, yes, I know.
Ratings.
I'm very well aware of this.
Recently, they released all the HBO, the top 10 HBO programs they released all in a row. HBO Max did. AEW Dynamite was nowhere near any of these shows. They wasn't even on the list. So they know the numbers. Tony Khan knows the streaming numbers. He knows they blow. Just like he knows his Collision numbers are dying. Here, matzo balls. It's a matzo balls. $1.99. Mina. AEW Collision on YouTube.
She said something last night that I wrote down, and I'm going to talk about it. So, yeah, I wanted to talk about that real quick. Thank you, Maddie, for the $1.99, you asshole. I did want to talk about that real quick because people are acting like I'm the guy that said this. See you later, Denisha. They act like I'm the guy that said this. I didn't say this shit. I'm not the guy that started this.
Did we lose Denisha?
Yeah, she said she had to go. I'm not the guy that said, hey, this is what's going on. So if you think I am and you want to come at me on Twitter, hey, go fuck yourself. I don't care. I just don't care. I didn't say it. I didn't start it. This is what's going down. They're in trouble, Bottles. They're in
trouble.
Real trouble.
Well, look, they got a billionaire behind them. So they'll be in trouble for a little while. They'll go on YouTube and they'll have Dynamite and Collision, the regular nights on YouTube, and you'll have to pay to watch them, whatever that would be. And then you'll pay for the pay-per-views. You can buy the pay-per-views on YouTube. They've been doing that. Yeah. That's the best kept secret in AEW. They ought to publicize that. You can buy our pay-per-views on YouTube, $49 or $45 or whatever on YouTube. They should advertise that every goddamn week when they have a pay-per-view coming up. But they don't do that. They don't even think ahead like that. And they'll probably charge people like $5 to watch Dynamite, Collision, whatever. Who knows?
Let's get to AEW Dynamite. It's time to get to this. This show last night was in front of 2,670 people. Just tickets were distributed. It drew a 638,000 viewership, which kind of shocked me that it was that high, but it was the first show after a pay-per-view. And Bottles, I got to tell you, I wasn't impressed at anything I saw this entire show.
Big announcement. Remember that? He put on Twitter.
We're gonna get
big announcement. Yes. Even on the pay-per-view. I watched the pay-per-view all out. Tony Khan has a big announcement for Wednesday night on Dynamite. They advertised
He was pulling all the buttons. It was a post pay-per-view show. He's got a major announcement. You got to see the fallout from what happened here. All this shit was going on.
At the media scrum after the show, they asked, "What about the people who just haven't been on TV in a while? What about Britt Baker? Blah blah blah." And he was like, "Well, it's everything. There are a lot of people. We've bringing a lot of people in and out." And there's a lot of people on deck. We got a very rich roster, and everything's been great so far. Everything's great.
Everything's fucking great.
They got the worst.
It ain't great. You had 2,670 tickets distributed to a show where the building holds 12,500. I thought we learned our lesson and decided to start running in buildings that hold 5,000 to 6,000 people. But no, we're going to have this shit show happen last night in front of what I can only assume was a tarp city across the country.
Did you see? I forgot the guy's name. UFC, WWE Forever. That account posted last year in the same venue.
Yeah, no, I saw, yeah.
It was like 4,900 people in that venue last year. It's down 17%.
Yes, I did see that, actually. He went and figured all that shit out. Thank you, by the way, for tagging us on that.
The granular level. Thank you, UFC, WWE Forever. Great Twitter account. Good guy.
So to start this AEW shit show off, Hangman is having a segment in an echo chamber inside a concrete canyon. What the fuck are we doing here?
The sound is just horrendous because they're bringing in people who just work in the town they're bringing in vagrants who just work in the town to handle the sound and the production. Why don't they have their own dedicated production? The guy throws around money, right?
At everybody.
At everybody, like it sticks of gum. Why wouldn't you have a dedicated production company under the AEW umbrella to follow you around all these different towns and do this? You're paying every single talent's hotel room and airplane tickets. You don't get that in WWE.
I couldn't make out heads or tails of what he was trying to say in this entire thing.
No idea,
It sounded like ass. It looked like shit. I hated everything about this, man.
Colin Petapas with a Canadian $5. Neckbeard's paying $5 to watch Dynamite on YouTube. Ma, where's the credit card? Do we got points? Well, that's going to be that will be a regular thing. Believe me, they will. It is.
Yes,
they will do that.
By the way, I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. Thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe. Hit that notifications button.
Right down below. Wriggling on the diggling, sir. Don, I didn't ask you this when we were going on our rant about Sean Ross Sapp and the whole thing. Where do you foresee them going besides YouTube? Because they'd have to go on YouTube. But where do you see
I think there's a couple of options, right? I think Apple's a real option. They don't have anything with wrestling, and they really would like to get in that department from what I've read. Amazon would like to do something from what I've read. They've already got a partnership there, but it's not going to be the money he's getting now. It's going to be something like what NXT got, maybe $50 million at most. But this whole pipe dream of $150 million, this is why the CEO of HBO Max Water Discovery is not getting the bonus money, because they said, you did what? You spent how much on this shitty wrestling show? What is with all of your shitty HBO shows that get no viewership anymore?
NXT. You know what the NXT contract was?
It was like $30 million, I believe.
35 mil for NXT. That's what they got. 707,000 viewers this past Tuesday night. I think
tore the roof off and had a TNA invasion angle, which was amazing.
They're going to bring back the Invasion branded pay-per-view for NXT.
Yeah.
Where it's going to be NXT, TNA against one another. I'm all for that. Santino Marella, they did an interview with Busted Open. And he said, no, it wasn't Busted Open. It was somebody else. He said, wait till we get landed on a bigger network.
Thank you,
and we're going to be the number 2 promotion. That's what Santino Marella said. The GM of TNA. Good. I hope so.
So here we go with the first match. This group is called The Demand. It's got Toei Leone.
Tia Leone?
Tia Leone and the other guy.
The other guy. And the other guy who happens to be named Khan. Bishop Khan. Okay. That's Tony's cousin, Bishop.
So I said it's The Demand versus The Refund, and I don't give a shit about none of this. I don't give a
Who did they wrestle? I forgot who the F they wrestled. Who did they wrestle?
The Refund, Brody King and Bandito, because every time they're on TV, somebody goes, I'd like to have my money back.
Oh. All I remember is how horrible this was. They tried something different. They tried something different.
Ping Pong is on commentary,
which just tore the whole thing down.
Awful. The match was terrible. They did the same shit they do every week, and this is the part that when it happened, I was like, "Are you for real, dog?" Ping Pong gets a chair to interfere because the horse ref is outside interfering with the fat man and Tioni Leone getting into it.
My Little Pony was the referee.
She comes prancing in the ring.
2!
She comes prancing in the ring. Ping Pong gets in the ring with the chair and slams the chair onto the ground on the mat. So if anybody was trying to do some tricky shit, he has called attention to himself.
She was pointing right in his face with her finger, like, don't you dare do that, like she was his mother. My Little Pony was positioned throughout this entire match that makes sure she was in the center of the camera lens the entire time. And when she counts her pinfalls now, I've noticed this for the past month, even more so, more egregious
her
on the
exaggerated call, yes.
Screaming at the top of her lungs. 1, 2.
Ouch.
Bullshit. Just bullshit.
It is trash.
Dude. And that modeling, the modeling pictures she had.
Oh, dude, I'm not getting to that. I'm going to keep moving on. I'm moving on. Alicia is with the conglomerate.
Mrs. MJF. Mrs. MJF.
Hold the phone. The conglomerate is back again. I thought that thing was done. It just suddenly reforms out of nowhere. Willow Nightingale's back. The 2 guys that were in Adam Copeland's faction is back. They're just bottles. I'm sorry. You can't just magically fucking get a group back together with no storyline behind it. They just magically appeared like some fucking Lucky Charms. Oh, we're your lucky faction group. We're back again today, pal.
Storyline? What is this thing of which you speak? The line of the story.
The whole time.
I do not comprehend.
The whole time Mark Briscoe is talking, Willow Nightingale is over there doing her best fucking mime impersonation with about 300 faces inside of a 1.5-minute promo, making this whole thing look ridiculously worse than it already is, which I didn't think was possible.
Like she was Damien Mizdow. Remember those days?
Yes.
Like she was Damien Mizdow. She was Willow Briscoe. I don't know. It was the shits. So Mark Briscoe did a good job, but everyone else in this entire segment was a bag of ass caked on
in some DD214 deep shit.
Just let Mark Briscoe be Mark Briscoe and get him in a feud. The problem with this freaking place is they don't have singles feuds where it lasts a while. And then it's done. Let it go on for a month, and then it's done. Move on to the next opponent. Don't bring in multiple people in month number 3. After you've had a singles feud for 2 months with the same guy, like MJF. Don't bring in multiple people and add on to it. I love Mark Briscoe. I really do. Willow Nightingale I love too. I don't like Orange Cassidy, and they all foreshadowed putting the sunglasses on.
Yes.
To be like Orange Cassidy.
Corny as shit.
Garbage.
Again, I can't emphasize this enough.
Why was Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly standing there on the other side?
Because they're in the faction.
They're part of the conglomeration? They
were before, yes. And then when Adam Copeland came back, the conglomeration broke up, and they formed that trio with him.
They're the Paragon
Butter guys, yeah.
They're the Paragon Chlamation or whatever they are. What?
Paragon Chlamydia, yes.
Yes, Paragon Chlamydia. God damn, I got the Paragon Chlamydia, brother. I'm going to go and pluck some chickens.
I'm telling you, this was the theme of last night's show, was ridiculous cross-pollination of shit that didn't make any sense. And this was step one.
I'm sticking shit together with chewing gum and cocaine. That's what I'm doing right now. On the way to the fucking arena, pal. Abdul, hit the accelerator. That's probably what he said to his limo driver.
By the way, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Here we go, Renee.
If you'd like to see more of this content, please like and subscribe.
Wait a minute, because Renee Baguette is talking to Chris Statlander, and Harley Cameron pops up like a psycho in the background.
The best thing about this show. The best thing about this show is Harley Cameron.
She at least has something different. But I just want to say this much. They bring up the Cracker Clan, and apparently Chris Statlander is very interested in joining the Cracker Clan now, because that's all we need is for that shitty organization to be kept around longer than it needs to be. Someone do away with this. I thought we would have seen the end of this shit when Moxley lost. No, this shit's never going to end, pal.
Do you know why? Because Darby took 4 months off the train to climb Mount Everest. He wanted to feud with Moxley. Now, when he came back, he wants to feud with Moxley and pick up their storyline. It's not going to end for like 2 or 3 more months.
It's horrible, dude. I don't give a shit.
It's horrible. Absolutely. I'm just telling you. I don't care. It's just horrible.
Adam Page versus Lee Moriarty. And I've got to
because he deserves a title shot, Lee Moriarty does, who does nothing. He's a Ring of Honor.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Who the fuck is Lee Moriarty?
I think.
Rhetorical question. No one cares.
He's the Ring of Honor Pure champion, which means technical wrestling champion, which means absolutely no one cares. No one cares.
And here's my next question. Why was this match even had, number one? And this is
sort of what we
This is what we've talked about this, right? Why do they keep trotting out their world champion to have a match? Dave, I see you back there, you son of a bitch. Why do they have this match with their champion week after week? It doesn't feel special with this guy, man.
No.
It just doesn't.
When you rarely see a champion, when he wrestles on a pay-per-view, or if he comes out and cuts a hellish promo, that was really something. You say to yourself, you say to your dog on the couch in the living room, that was really something. You say to your son and your wife, that was really something. I yelled at my wife in the back room, hey, y'all see this promo? Hangman Adam Page. What?
I can't.
Rocky Dennis for Mask.
Less is more.
Horrible.
Less is more.
Less is more. They've got so many people in this freaking roster. Why wouldn't you put some other guys who are screaming for TV time to fill in?
Well, here's my other part about this, Bottles. If you want to throw your world champion out there after he just had a match on a pay-per-view Saturday, so don't get me started on why you're doing it so fast. I wouldn't have done it this way. But if you are, Why is he having a competitive match against a guy that's never on fucking television?
Never on television. And it's just a 25-minute match with, I hate to say it, but a bum. A guy who's this far above a jobber. Why would you do that? Okay, Lee Moore, he may be a great technical wrestler, but he's never on TV. Never hear him talk. Never hear him cut a promo. He doesn't get a push. He's just there. He's the Barry Horowitz. He's another Barry Horowitz of AEW.
With a belt.
With a belt. As a consolation prize. Sorry we've been jobbing you out to all these different guys on Dynamite. Here's a Ring of Honor Pure Championship. And everything's great, isn't it? Yeah, Tony, everything's great.
It's great. Everybody's great. You know who wins this match? The world champion wins. I'm moving on. Renee, they cut back to the pay-per-view with Copeland running into the Christian Cage issue. We talked about that. The next part about this is Tony Schiavone brings out FTR. Gun FTR cannot cut a promo.
No. He's trying. He's trying his best. But it's awful. It's awful.
He fell all over himself.
He's jacked up, though.
He is jacked to the gills. Get off the gas, pal.
That's what got him locked up, pal. The gas.
Yeah. You want to get next to me in traffic, mother?
You cut me off, you bitch.
Went full Harley race. I told this motherfucker at the light.
Go ahead, keep going. I got a 45 and a midget.
I don't if you pull me over, Sheriff. Greatest story ever. Then Adam Stokely cuts a promo, and then Beth comes out at the end of it, or not Beth, but Willow Nightingale comes out at the end of this, who has got no ties to any of this.
Nothing to do with any of this. Someone probably said, we love Willow Nightingale. We'd like to see more of her on TV. All right, let's pump her out there. Willow, you're in every other segment on this show.
This is when I was like, wasn't she just out here with the conglomerate? And now she's out here by herself? Okay, where's this going? Oh, Jet Speed's going to get involved now because why not? Why not?
Next challenge is for FTR because Adam Copeland's going to be gone for a while. Why wouldn't you have Christian getting a tag team partner from somebody and take it on FTR again for revenge? Why wouldn't you do that? But no, you're going to bring in Jet Speed. The best thing about this segment was Mike Bailey was wearing shoes. That's the best thing about it. You'd have to look at those claws, those hobbit feet of his.
They then cut to the MJF promo that he cuts after
which was good. Which was good.
But here's my thing. Apparently he's going away again.
They've got him going to CMLL Wrestling Luchadors. They got him going to Japan Wrestling people. Why don't they just keep this guy on AEW television? He's your biggest draw besides Samoa Joe.
He is the biggest star you have. What the fuck are you doing?
Ratings-wise, if you look at that, Samoa Joe, when he wrestles singles matches, and MJF, they're the two biggest stars they have. It's been proven in the ratings, quarter hours, over the past 2-3 years.
I've heard he's filming a movie, and I'm not alone. RM in the chat says he's filming a movie too, so I've heard the same thing.
Okay. Well, that's good.
What's
the movie? Street Fighter 9. Why you do it?
You could. I don't know what's going on with this company. I just know MJF more and more feels like once he finally gets back over again, he disappears for 3 months, and then it's time to start over once again.
He wants to get the hell out of that company. I can guarantee you.
I don't know what's going on, dude, but it's killing his drawing power every time he does this.
It is. It's like being the most dangerous guy in prison. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry about it. Stay away from that guy.
Okada, Takeshita, and a Mexican wizard come out with the Don Callis faction. I don't know how else to describe it.
Oh, my God.
This dude's making magic wizard balls the whole way down. What is he doing?
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
It's the dumbest shit. Did you see him making it? And then he gets up on the turnbuckle and he keeps making his magic invisible ball.
What the hell is that? I was looking. Does he have something in his hands? What the hell is that? He turns into the goddamn, I don't know what. Name a magician. Chris Angel. He turns into a masked Chris Angel when he walks out to the turnbuckle.
This was absurd.
Watch me pull a rabbit out of my ass.
Don Callis says, I've been working on another masterpiece. Bring it on out here. And it's Orange Cassidy in a box.
It's supposed to be a portrait of something.
Yes.
Yes. And Orange Cassidy burst out.
And the crowd went mild.
No one gave a shit about any of this. None of it. None of it. None of it. None of it.
Had everything you thought it would have. It just did. Orange Cassidy gave a double hurricanrana to two guys that outweigh him by 80 pounds each. It looked completely absurd when he did it. I don't give a shit about anything this guy does. I'm
glad he's back because he was had a torn pec, and no one wants to see somebody out hurt and not be able to, perform their job. But they need to do something different here, and it's nothing different. It's the same old retreads. It's somebody going back, the booker going back to the same old bullshit. That's what it is. You know what Don Callis told Tony Schiavone?
Go fuck your own
really
face.
There's nothing like a shorn scrotum. It's breathtaking. I suggest you try it.
That's what he told Tony Schiavone.
Wait, because it gets better. Wait, no, it doesn't. It gets worse. Kyle comes out, and he decides, Kyle.
Ex-Lax Luthor comes out. That cuts a promo.
And he decides he's going to challenge Hologram. I want to repeat what I said. The TNT champion.
Who just wrestled on a pay-per-view against
and lost.
The Dynamite champion, the AEW champion, and lost.
The great champion known as Kyle decided to come out and challenge Hologram because he hasn't lost. The champion is challenging someone who has no title. This, I don't give a shit who you are. I don't give a shit how big of a fan you are of this show. I don't give a shit if you woke up on Tuesday at a 20-year wrestling slumber. None of this made a fucking lick of sense in any storyline or way they could have done it. Dumber than hell.
None of it. None of it makes any sense whatsoever. None of it. He came out, he cut a promo, and he's banished to Collision. Kyle Fletcher is banished to Collision.
I will not see you anymore, Kyle. Go away.
You had your time in the sun,
I'm
Kyle.
sorry.
Wait till next time. Wait till next year when you get another push.
Renee Baguette is back there with Tits McGee, and she talks about the Tony Storm match that she had and said Tony Storm was going to be gone for a while.
What's her name?
Tits McGee.
You know what she said?
Let me love you.
No. It was even better. I wrote this shit down. She says that when she and Tony Storm were wrestling, she said, Tony Storm told me she wants my breasts. And I said, what? Wait, run that by me again?
Which did she say, best or breast? That's what I thought.
She says she wants my breasts.
Oh, very nice.
Damn.
So did every neckbeard watching this show.
Oh, tarps went out immediately.
They were all fully turgid just watching this show. The Cheetos sexuals.
Brother, I get that this is not her first language. I get that. So they either decided not to shoot that again because it was clearly pre-taped, or they just decided it was too funny to take out. I swear to God.
You know what Renee Baguette said to her?
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, I don't think so. The bullshit doesn't stop here. Jack Perry is shown digging up this dinosaur who had a match at the pay-per-view 2 shows ago. Let me repeat myself. Jack Perry dug up the dinosaur
This
that
is,
wrestled
you gotta
2
understand.
shows ago.
This video clip. Listen, this video clip they played at the pay-per-view when Jack Perry went up against the Young Bucks and they were going to beat him up.
Yeah, I know.
They played a video up on the screen, which lasted like almost 5 minutes of him digging up the dinosaur, and he's on a hospital operating table, and Jack Perry's got the mask on the dinosaur's face. He's giving him IVs, and he's bringing the dinosaur back to life. And that's what they play. And I'm thinking to myself, everybody, the Young Bucks, the guys in the ring who want to beat the shit out of Jack Perry are like staring at the screen, waiting for something to happen. It was so long.
He had a match, though, Bottles, 2 pay-per-views ago.
Who?
The dinosaur.
He did.
Against Edge and Christian. Am I wrong?
He did.
So how the fuck is Jack Perry bringing him back?
Bringing him back to be his friend. Basically what this was. They're putting the Jurassic Express back together. Look for... I wouldn't be surprised if Marco Stunt comes back.
I will
Jack Perry.
I will break that son bitch will get used in because I'll break the
Be ready for all that, pal. Be ready for all that. That's all coming back, Don. Enjoy it while you can. I hope Jack Perry shaves, puts a loincloth back on, does all that Tarzan bullshit. Go right back to what worked. Oh, and he took the belt off that said kill switch. He took that off and threw it out into the crowd. At the pay-per-view.
I hate things now more than I did a minute ago.
I'm glad I amplified your hatred for this product. Go right ahead.
The Cracker Clan comes out. Claudio versus Hobbs in what is an awful spot where they both fall out of the ring. Pac helps the Cracker Clan win. Then Paige comes out. Again, I thought we were done with this, and we're doing it again.
And Moxley
Paige,
and Shafir and all of them come out. Did you notice that Pac is considerably smaller? What was his injury?
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah.
He's a lot smaller than what he
was
used
it his
to be.
hamstring or a core? It was a core injury or a hamstring or something.
I have no idea. I have no idea, but he's a lot
he
smaller
cut his
now.
hair. He cut
his hair. Yeah. He looks like Wheeler Yuta's retarded brother.
I turned the shit off after this, man. I said, I'm not watching this main event. I'm done. I stuck around to this to see what the thing. They just kept running people out, man. I'm sorry. I can't do
Mina
this
Shirakawa versus Chris Statlander. And Wheeler Yuta came out and told her what to do. Do the seatbelt maneuver. The seatbelt move, which is a pinning combo that she won that title with at the pay-per-view. He told her to do it again. She beat Mina Shirakawa. And the Cracker Clan, one by one, slowly came out. And Moxley and Shafir, they all came out. And they wanted her to join the Cracker Clan. She walked over and gave Moxley double fingers right to his face. And Wheeler Yuta, she clotheslined, knocked the shit out of him, knocked him over. And there was a big kerfluffle. Carly Cameron was in the ring. People ran in and out. Her and Cameron vaulted the ring barrier and ran back through the crowd and got away from the Cracker Clan. That was the end of the show, Don. It was one of the worst things. Glenn Taylor, $20. Thank you, Glenn. Don Crash Outs are classic. Jack Perry and Paige need new angles, need better bookers. He won't get a better booker because the booker who's booking the company also owns a company, and he thinks he's the greatest thing on the planet.
I've got a mind for wrestling. Just ask me.
You ask him. He'll tell you. He's the best booker around. You ask him. He'll tell you.
Thank you, Glenn. I appreciate it. I don't think it's good for my health, though.
I
am here to entertain. Are you not entertained?
We're going to get a logo coming up on the next show, an overlay. Don's Crash Out, and you just go on a rant for like a minute straight. And it's going to be one of these deals where it's just you. Going bananas.
Whoa,
I like
man.
this. Look at that. Look at that. That's the way it should be. That's where it should be.
Yeah. Fix that shit.
Yeah.
Cut myself shaving today. Pac had a broken ankle. Thank you for that. Thank you
Oh,
again.
he did have a
Glenn.
broken
We
ankle.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, but maybe the same ankle he broke when he wrestled Jericho in WWE. Remember that?
Yeah.
Jericho had a cover, told Charles Robinson he broke his fucking ankle.
Cover up. Count it.
Yeah.
I don't know where you go from here with this show.
It was just, they're coming off of supposedly their biggest pay-per-view of the year. I thought All In was the biggest pay-per-view of the year. But if you listen to Dave Meltzer, All Out was the biggest pay-per-view of the year. You listen to Tony Khan at the media scrum after the show. This is the biggest pay-per-view of the year. It's not. It's not. He's just telling you, he's telling you, all you neckbeards out there, he's telling you the words your mother used to tell you when you failed a test at school. You'll do better next time. Don't worry, Jimmy.
At least you did your best.
You did your best, Jimmy. Even though you can't read and write, you know a lot of lead off the paint off the crib rail. You're going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine, Jimmy.
I don't understand. I don't understand the direction of the show, Bottles. I don't know where this was supposed to go last night. You're telling me Raw went in a completely different direction. It felt reinvigorated. I'm going to go back and watch that tomorrow, guaranteed now. This show felt like they ran in 15 directions from the same leash and got snapped back into attention at the end. Garbage ass show. Nothing tied itself together. Moxley is
garbage.
Garbage.
Worthless.
MJF is gone again. Hangman's wrestling bums every week, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
Bums. And if he's not wrestling bums, he's wrestling sons of bitches named Kyle. So I'm done with this shit.
Why would you jeopardize the health of your heavyweight champion of the world by having him wrestle every week, just every swinging dick that comes out of the locker room? You know, you remember that group called the Lemonheads from the 90s? Mm-hmm. They had a song called Rudderless, which the chorus of Rudderless went, a ship without a rudder is like a ship without a rudder is like a ship without a rudder. Just going around in circles. You got no way to change the direction of the show. You're just going around in circles with this shit over and over and over and over again, recycling the same old bullshit. Like I said at the beginning, we both said at the beginning of this rant of the review, it seems like a show we've seen before, over and over and over again.
Nothing was new. Nothing's
new.
Fresh. It's the same shit. Are we really going back to Moxley versus Hangman that we just got in August? And I did buy that pay-per-view. I did watch that because I said, okay, this is supposed to be a big deal. The Cracker Clan's supposed to die here. I'm going to watch it. And then imagine my surprise Wednesday when out comes Jon Moxley with the same shit, different day attitude.
The only thing new about this show was the lack of Tony Storm and the inclusion of Chris Statlander as the women's champ. That was it. And no Mercedes Moné, by the way.
She's just disappeared, pal.
Well, she was on the pay-per-view. She wrestled Rhea.
Yeah, she was nowhere to be seen on this one.
Did you see the clip? Did you see they did the old spot where Rhea goes to slide out of the ring and Mercedes Moné lifts up the ring apron. And Rio's caught between the ring and the ring apron. And Mercedes Moné is just clubbing her. And Rio's laughing. She's selling, but she's laughing. I'm thinking, this is on worldwide pay-per-view. And the challenger's laughing.
We're going to make it a joke. Make it a joke.
I don't know.
It's frustrating, man. That's all I could say.
I think I need to be on the same medication that Kenny Omega's on when I watch this.
Roofies.
Flexerols or whatever he's taking because he's got a problem. But
I know you've got some quick news bits to get to, so why don't you go ahead and start that? Because I can't talk anymore AEW. My blood pressure's probably already spiked.
I'm going to jump around.
Checked out.
Don, I'm going to jump around between all the companies. Let's go to WWE right now. The Undertaker's response to fan criticism over the direction of his 6 Feet Under podcast.
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
I saw this, and before you start, I want to say this much. Stop covering for your wife's talentless ass.
Exactly. Undertaker said, look, this is where it's at. This is the direction I want to take the show. Bullshit. Whether you like it or don't like it, I do this. We do this for fun. And if you get entertained, then be entertained. If you're not entertained, you don't like it. This is America. You get to go and do whatever you want. So just relax and enjoy the ride. We don't want to enjoy the ride with your wife, Mark.
No.
You had a great thing going.
Yeah,
you built
really
the show up. When you sold the show to WWE, which is what's happened here, it's under the WWE umbrella now. They control it. You decide to jettison your friend and include this bullshit. Include your wife, Michelle McCool. Anyway, whatever.
Garbage.
There's been a lot of talk internally recently regarding a Braun Breaker and Braun Lesnar match taking place in the future. And
That's
one
it.
source noting that it very well could end up being WrestleMania 42 in Vegas.
Now,
I'd like to see that.
Shock me. That would shock me because it feels like Gunther and Brock's spot is saved for that. We've been asking, fans have been wanting this for over a couple of years now. That's the match everybody wants to see. The two big bulls get in the ring. Both of them have hard-hitting styles. And for once, Gunther's not going to be the bigger guy in the ring. How's that going to look?
Yes.
Visually,
yes.
how's that going to affect you?
TNA has launched an internal investigation into the allegations of abuse against Mas Islamovich. We take any allegations like this very seriously, and we have begun an internal investigation, says a TNA spokesperson to the takedown, whatever that is. Oh, it's on Sports Illustrated's website. As
Hold
of
on.
this writing, yes, sir.
This isn't a legend. She said that's what you get in her own reply to him. That's
Yes.
what you get.
Yes.
like,
yes.
Damn. And it wasn't even like he was like, I hit you. He said we were arguing, and she said, that's what you get. You crazy hoe.
What's for dinner? Here comes the frying pan. That's what you get for dinner. An empty frying pan. The PWI 500
Oh,
male
I saw
wrestlers
this. Yes.
of the world.
Number
Here's the
one
top
with the
10.
Bullets.
Number
Here we
one.
go.
I'll go from 10 to 1. Will
Okay.
Ospreay, number 10. Will Ospreay.
I can see it. Not my cup of tea, but I can see it.
Number 9, Mystico.
Get fucked.
Seth Rollins, number 8. That's bullshit.
I can see
I don't
that.
like Seth Rollins, but
I know, but I'm saying I can see it.
Swerve Strickland, number 7, over Seth Rollins.
Get fucked.
Number 6, Jey Uso, number 6.
Okay, now we're just making fun of people.
We're just it's fantasy land now. Number 5, Hiroki Goto.
No one knows this guy.
I had
don't
to
know
order
anybody-
that
Oh my God.
this weekend. Too much wasabi. I didn't like it. Number 4, Hangman Page. Hangman
I can see
Page, number
that.
4. I can see that.
I can see that. Yeah,
Number 3, Gunther. I could see that too.
I can definitely see that.
Number 2, John Moxley.
Go to hell.
Go to hell. This is fantasy land here. And number 1, I'm not a big fan of his, but he deserves it. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes.
I get that too.
Yeah.
Do you know who was number 300 and was it 4?
No.
I think it was 304, 300. I think it was 304. Big Ben Bishop.
Big Ben Bishop is a popular guy
Yeah.
on Twitter.
He's a fun dude, man. Likable guy. I enjoy interacting with him. He doesn't take himself too seriously, and he is a big bastard.
And he didn't succeed a lot in his tryouts for WWE, unfortunately.
Well, that's
It's a
too bad
shame.
because he is a big dude. Yeah, and he's got
It's
a
a shame.
personality. That's very cool.
He does have a personality. Don, just letting you know, AEW has trademarked Bacon Brawl. AEW Bacon Brawl. I don't know if it's going to be an episode of Dynamite or maybe a pay-per-view Bacon Brawl.
Why do you do this to me?
I'm just throwing it out there to you, pal. And
Is it
Jasmine
sponsored by Oscar Mayer or Hillshire Farm?
It should be. They'd be stupid not to get
Jimmy Dean's corpse is coming to the ring.
that. He lives again. He lives again.
It's the Yeti.
It's just, it's absolutely phenomenal. You know, the great Jasmine Nix. You know who that is. The great Jasmine
I
Nix
don't.
was released from WWE. She would not sign her contract offer that was submitted to her. The great Jasmine Nix. So you're a big fan of Jasmine Nix from NXT. I know this really breaks your heart.
Don't know her.
Jasmine
What am I gonna
Nix has been there for 3 years in NXT. Okay. She started out $60,000 a year, which they all start out at now. $60,000 a year to be a trainee, to be a student at the dojos of WWE and NXT. She was a member of the Toxic whatever with Fallon Henley and JC Jane. She's the third girl in that. She's been there for 3 years. She's had 4 knee surgeries, Don, 3 concussions, because she doesn't know what the hell she's doing. And everyone's all shocked by the fact that they didn't offer her big money. They only offered her $75,000 a year to renew her contract for 3 years.
I did see her comments on Twitter.
Fat asses!
She's got a fat ass. Yes, she does. And the great Jasmine Nix, which all her fans are shocked. All 4 of them are shocked by the fact that NXT pays minimum wages, they said.
Thank you again, Glenn. I really appreciate it, pal.
She's horrible. She's horrible. Oh, she's got a great Pele kick. No one does, pal. She's the quiet member. She can't cut a promo. She always, when those 3 wrestle 3 other girls, she always eats the pin. And your pay in NXT is commensurate with your ability and your experience. And by offering her $75,000 a year, she should have just taken it. She's probably going to go on OnlyFans because she's a good-looking girl and make $100,000 a month. You know what I mean?
Good for her.
Like all the others.
Whores.
I'm not going to bring up the guy. I'm not going to bring up the serial torturer. I'm not going to mention that.
No, we already talked about that freako.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention that guy. I'm going to go to. Hang on a second, pal.
Whores. Horley fans.
Horley fans. AEW reportedly asked.
Short, pal.
AEW reportedly asked many benched wrestlers that if they want to go back to school.
Oh, I saw this shit.
Like Deonna Purrazzo, because they don't have any plans to use them on TV as of now.
Stop. Do you know what Deonna Purrazzo said she wants to do next?
What's that?
She wants to be the governor of Florida. I wouldn't let you govern 3 bicycles in my yard.
Governor Purrazzo. And we would be remiss if we didn't cover
Governor Snooki.
Governor Snooki Purrazzo. You know, we would be remiss if we didn't cover the Rajah Jackson debacle.
Got arrested.
He got arrested. This has been reported through TMZ.
Yeah. He's arrested officially.
Now, you notice NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox.
They all stayed real quiet about it. I agree.
They never said a word about it. They've never said a word about it. Wrestling Observer, Fightful, everyone's quiet about it. TMZ is the only one with this story, which I think that this is all kayfabe. This is all bullshit.
We're going to see. I don't know. We got to let this play out, Bottles. But by the way, if this was going to be an angle, it's been a month now. We're well past the point of where this should start paying off. That's all I'll say.
It should have been a match. I guess you got to wait till Stu gets back from whatever procedure he had done in the hospital, totally unrelated to whatever bullshit injuries they say he suffered, which is all bullshit.
Scott, I got my underwater basket weaving degree, you son of a bitch.
Underwater basket weaving degree. And I'm going to just finish this off with WWE referee Daphne LaShawn took to Twitter with an emotional message writing, "It's not goodbye. It's I'll see you later." After fans began speculating, she explained the post further. "Bro, I lost my grandma. Not everything's about wrestling. Good God. But also, it's not missed on me that y'all jumped on this quick. But where y'all be when it's my time to like my damn everyday tweets or hop on my Twitch? Let me get off this app because I'm hurting. Laughing my ass off." Sadly, Daphne later revealed she was facing harassment online due to the misunderstanding. "Never in my life did I think I would ever be harassed, threatened, and even be told that they would spit on my grandmother's grave.
Oh, dear
all
God.
Because of a misinterpreted tweet. And I said not everything is about wrestling. You all got it. I'll see y'all when I see y'all." And she dipped off of Twitter.
Damn, dude.
People are assholes on Twitter, man. But then again, I got a lot of mean tweets, pal, some say. Some people have said I have mean tweets, pal. So, what can I tell you?
Here's what I can tell you. I want to thank everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notifications button. We'll be back next Thursday, 7 o'clock. Same
God
bat
willing.
time, same bat.
Until next week, Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.